Latin filmmaker and actor Emmanuel Osorio is a 19-year-old native of Los Angeles, and he is making his big screen debut with a semi-autobiographical feature film, BLASÉ L.A. The film follows the ups and downs of a group of young millennials growing up on the streets of selfie-obsessed Los Angeles. And look, he's here with us now. How are you doing today?
Hey, yes, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here today.
How are you?
Doing good, doing good. How about yourself?
I'm alright today, can't really complain about much. You've got this new film, Blasi L.A., and it's semi-autobiographical. Is there anything you can tell us plot-wise without giving too much away?
Yeah, so BLASÉ L.A. is a film about a young teenager who's growing up of a rundown city in the outskirts of Los Angeles. And basically, he wants to go ahead and reconnect with his estranged father that lives in LA. And when doing so, he wants to move out for his senior year because in the city where he lives in, it's all run down and everybody has dreams of moving to the city. But nobody actually really does it. And so we get to see this character go through his journey of coming to the amazing city of Los Angeles and reconnecting with his rich estranged father, but also wanting to fit in and live the lifestyle that everybody pretty much dreams of.
How much of that is based on your own story?
I'd have to say it just depends. Originally, when I had written the script, it was about 50% biographical, autobiographical, and then 50% of it was all just writing and imagination. But yeah, the movie itself is pretty much based upon my personal experiences in Los Angeles, and of course some of these situations and these scenes were elevated for the big screen, of course.
Have you been writing this ever since you were younger, or has it been a recent development?
Honestly, I mean, I feel like growing up, I didn't really know exactly that I wanted to become a filmmaker, but I kind of did in a way. I was always really focused on photography and fashion and music. And one day when I was in college, I was pretty much like, you know what, I don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life, and I want to go out there and pursue my dreams. And I want to do all of it. So I'm very blessed to be in the position that I am. I'd say, I mean, filmmaking has pretty much been in my blood since day one. I've always loved acting and loved to perform. But now I'm even more excited about it because I get to do this. I get to live this lifestyle and be a filmmaker and be who I want to be artistically. So it's very satisfying.
Yeah, I think so. How did you go about kind of getting the funding for the project and the resources? Because you're only young, so do you have connections to people who kind of took a chance on you?
Yeah, funny you should say that because originally when I had came to LA, I was pitching my project to a couple of producers and investors, and they were surprised. They were a little shocked, but they were surprised. Most importantly, I think they were excited about it. Given the time period that we are now, 2019, 2020, you have front runners like Billie Eilish, who are 16, 17, making hits and winning all these Grammy nominations. So it's really exciting for myself as a 19-year-old Latin filmmaker to be able to just go ahead and ultimately just make my art. And when I was pitching the project to a couple of my producers, there were some doubts, of course, like anybody else. Who is this 19-year-old coming out of nowhere and just like going into place with this. But I think ultimately what really got it in for me, what sealed the deal to lock in Blasi, was my passion and just my pitching. I think I believe I did. I actually packaged my film pretty well to my producers and just the pitching process can be a little hectic. You're not so sure if you're going to get the financing or not, but ultimately, I'm very happy and I'm very glad that I was able to get it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about presentation and the way you format things. So I'm just very glad to have gotten my financing approved, and I'm excited to pretty much debut this project for you all.
Yeah, it's always surprising when you see all these young people who, at their age, they're kind of still at school age and seeing all these amazing things they're
Y-
doing. Like, I wish I was like that when I was that age.
Yeah.
What genre is this film? Is it a bit of a coming of age, I'm guessing, given the semi autobiographical nature of it?
Yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited for everybody to watch this on the silver screen, because not only is this a coming of age story in a way where this teenager, he's turning 18, he's moving out to the city of Los Angeles, he wants to reconnect with his strangers. Not only that, I mean, here in the city of Los Angeles, everybody has a perception. I know growing up personally, there was a lot of my peers and other fellow students. Everybody wanted to have their own reality TV show, their fragrance line. They wanted to be an actor, a YouTube star, and all of these things are attainable. But this is mainly the reason why I'm very excited, is just to show an insider of what a day in the life would look like in the city of Los Angeles. I'm very grateful to be a part of this, and not only to be a part of this, but also to make waves and to ultimately just to call the shots here, because there's a lot of people that have some good creative projects, but they don't always deliver the goods. So I'm very excited for everybody to watch this on the silver screen. For BLASÉ L.A., the time capsule that I was capturing, that I am capturing here, is for 2019, 2020. Of course, this is pre-COVID. Once COVID hit,
Yeah.
it's very sad, with everything that's going on in the world. But I'm very excited. This keeps me motivated, not only for myself as a filmmaker and an artist, but also as someone who loves to entertain and to give you a show. So I'm very excited for everybody to watch BLASÉ L.A.
So, is it definitely coming out in cinemas then? Just we'll have to wait a bit.
Yeah, so originally, we do have a theatrical release for the spring summer of 2021. Um, our plan is to hit all the festivals at first, if that's possible.
Yeah, if they're going
So
ahead.
it might be a little bit, yeah, yeah, and ultimately, I mean, I really want not only America to see this film, but also worldwide releases, international releases, because, like I said, I mean, everybody has this perception of Los Angeles and the city of Hollywood and what it's like. And I just want to go ahead and basically capture this time capsule on screen of the generation that I'm living in. And like I said, we have frontrunners like Billie Eilish winning Grammys at such a young age. And so why not be one of the first to pave the way for future awards? So, I mean, I'm very excited. Hopefully we can release this at actual film festival. Hopefully COVID will go away soon. But yeah, ultimately, the theatrical release will be for spring and summer of 2021.
Hopefully, and please try and make sure it's released in the UK here as well, because there's loads of kind of independent films that we love over here. I don't know if it's the same over there, but people really like watching them here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for my film, for BLASÉ L.A., it's not something that it's a big blockbuster, hot summer movie like that. It's definitely an independent film,
Yeah.
but I'm very excited for everyone to see. Like I said, it's not just about this student, this young millennial moving out to the city of Los Angeles. It's about the lifestyle. It's about the culture. It's about people connecting with one another as human beings. And like I said, I'm very excited for everybody to go ahead and get a taste of this time capsule.
Now, you directed and wrote and produced and everything. Did having all those roles make it a much more difficult task, or did it in a way make it easier because you haven't got to direct as many people?
Um, that's a good question. I would say I don't think it would be. I don't think it's I'd say either more difficult or more easy. I think personally for me, I'm always up for challenges and a nice difficult task. I think for me, going through all of the process of just the whole feature film has been quite a ride and an experience for me. Um, as far as writing and acting and directing, it's all fun for me. Naturally, when I was little, I was always acting in plays, so acting was always in my range. And then when I went on to directing, it pretty much fit like a glove. So honestly, I've just been enjoying the process of like at first writing the actually writing the story in my college dorm, picturing the film in my head, and then once I got the financing with my producers, pitching the projects and getting the ball rolling, um, acting was even more like eye opening for me because coming from acting in plays at schools, that's one thing, but to actually act in a feature film and perform at that type of level, it can be it can be it can be a little mind consuming. But no, I think for me, it's just all the fun process. It's all part of the process. Everything from pre-production to post-production. It's all part of the game. You gotta. This is a marathon at the end of the day. This isn't just a 2-lap sprint. So. You just got to make sure that you always strive for 100% perfection and just give the best that you can at all times. Because like I said, I mean, I'm just, it's ultimately a time capsule for Los Angeles, and I really want everybody to get a taste of what the lifestyle and the culture is like, and not just to see all the rich, the glitz and the glam of Hollywood, but also you get to see other sides of Los Angeles that you might have never even thought existed.
Well, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this, hopefully, if I can see it. If it's not out in cinemas where I am or where anybody listening might be, is there still a way for them to see it, perhaps on streaming a little bit later after?
Good question. So here's the thing about streaming. I know that everyone around my age, and especially right now with everything that's going on in quarantine, everybody loves to stream. But for this film, BLASÉ L.A., I actually wanted a theatrical release, just period. At the end of the day, when I made this film, I made it to be watched on the big screen, so you can really submerge yourself and feel like you're there.
Yeah.
As far as releasing, we are looking into distribution companies that will go ahead and take this international. Um, so I'm very excited for that. Uh, um, and yeah, I mean, we've just been working with a lot of other brands, possible brands that are going to be in the film, logos and things like that. And yeah, I'm just very excited for everybody to to watch this and again submerge themselves into the experience.
And how suitable is it for different age groups? Do you have an age rating set yet, or any idea of what that might be?
Um, yeah, I mean, any honestly, any age range. But it's mostly catering towards um, I wouldn't say it's a specific catering to a demographic, depending on age range. Honestly, I think if you just really enjoy film and you love movies, you're gonna enjoy this one for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For me as a young filmmaker, people that I look up to are people like Robert Rodriguez, who made Spy Kids, and he's also best friends with Quentin Tarantino, which is another big model for me. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was actually a very big inspiration for BLASÉ L.A. because um, Quentin's film was actually a time capsule of 1969 and what was going on in that year. So that's pretty much like the same gist for me, and overall like capturing the essence and transporting you to where you are. And so I'm just very excited. These people I've looked up to, and their films are just one film after another. It's just like consistent artwork, and that's pretty much what I'm striving for here. Like I said, it's very important, not only as a writer, actor, director, to go ahead and give your 100% all in all aspects of the projects, but most importantly, to deliver the goods. Like I said, there's a lot of people who make films. It doesn't matter whether they're big blockbuster films or little indies. It's important to just give your all and 100% in everything you do. So yeah, I'm just very excited, not only to debut the film, but also for other filmmakers to watch as well.
Yeah, I think I'll go and see it if I can, hopefully. And finally, do you have any favourite films yourself?
That's a tough one. I don't know if I'd say I have a favorite film. I definitely love big budget movies. I like little indies.
Yeah.
I like action movies, horror, love, comedy. But I think my favorite one of all would be drama, which is actually what I wrote BLASÉ L.A. for. Originally, I wasn't too sure what was it that I wanted to capture, but no, I think coming from a drama and acting and plays background, I'm very excited for everybody to watch BLASÉ L.A. and experience the genre.
Yeah. Well, where are you on social media for us to keep up with how the film's going and releasing and stuff?
Yeah, you can follow me on social media at Emmanuel the director, and that's Emmanuel with two M's. And then I have a Twitter as well at Latin Filmmaker. And you can feel free to check out my website at blaséla.com to keep in touch with the film and myself. So yeah, I'm very excited for everybody to watch this.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Emmanuel.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.